What's up, y'all? It's Smooth on the Berries channel, and I'm joined by Yang.
Yo.
And Zoby.
What's up?
And if you dream of carrying on Marvel, but you work 40+ hours, take care of a family, or this is your first hero shooter, this video is for you. Today, we are going to do something a little different, where we're going to talk about some of the comments that were left on our video about swapping. Now, Zoby wasn't here for that video, so I wanted to ask you, Zoby, what are your thoughts on swapping in the game and just general opinion, because you also play on console while we play on PC, so definitely would like to know if you have similar or differing opinions on swapping.
I gotta throw in that this guy has been above GM, and I think you hit Celeste, right, dude?
I did hit Celeste one time.
You're nice.
Celeste 3. I played maybe 2 games in Celeste. It was at the very tail end, so I didn't get to indulge in what is Celestial. But anyway, I actually had a thought about this. Is a thought for a different, but swapping, in my opinion, is probably the most delicate thing you can say to somebody in Marvel Rivals. It's like the one thing you don't know if they're gonna take it lightly, take it respectfully, and just listen. It's hard. It's hard to just say the word swap. Maybe we should just transition to, hey, how do you feel about the situation we're in? I don't know. It's so it's almost like you gotta open up a therapist room mid fight and just be like, yo, what's our situation right now? Can we talk about what we're at? But I think sometimes it is unnecessary to swap, and you can get the job done with your characters, but it takes communication. And right now I've actually noticed Marvel Rivals has had less and less people in game chat, or I've experienced not everybody actually has their game chat active. And I'm curious if that's also because Marvel Rivals has gotten more strict on the language.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
So I think I wonder if it's actually very common that people are getting small bans every now and then, or also voice changes, voice alterations have become more popular too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's because the coding can't detect foul language or inappropriate language with that kind of audio.
I got banned for 5 days in voice chat.
Yo, holy!
So when I came back, I've been on mute for most of my games now. I don't even know how I got banned. I think somebody talked. It's crazy. And this is just it's he said, she said. There's 3 sides to a story. My side of the story, somebody was talking to me in a tone that I did not like, and I responded/reacted, and I got banned from voice for that. So it's I don't. If I say shut up, I don't think I should get banned. I did say a couple words that I won't say here, but it wasn't any hate speech. It wasn't any nothing racist.
Yeah.
It was just a typical curse word. That I said it respectfully, in my opinion. And I got banned.
Yeah.
I was there. That was an interesting thing, to say the least. But let's go ahead and just get into these comments. I'm just gonna go down the list, and yeah. So the first one: the game should limit how many times you can swap in a match. That way, it incentivizes strategic swapping instead of emotional swapping. Ooh,
Banger.
Okay. Banger. Thank you. There's a few comments, including my own, saying that we should implement swap limits. But I like his wording here, or their wording here, strategic swapping instead of emotional swapping. Very, very, I love this wording here. Because people just being upset, and they just I gotta change my character, or the other teammates pressuring you to change your character because they don't want to lose the game.
Yeah,
so
you lost one fight. Get it together, dude. We're 2 minutes into the match, and I'm 0-2. Damn, you never been here before? Sorry, I'm not one above all. Damn.
Yeah, no, this is a banger comment.
Yeah, I think, and it goes into what I was saying, where people are, just get really sentimental about their
Mhm.
characters and what they choose to, and it is true. Like maybe they're trying to figure out the situation. Like give everybody a grain of salt. Sometimes they're trying to figure out a new character to get to that level. But the only way in order to get to that level with that character is to go through the gauntlet. That is like you might lose a lot or you have to figure out scenarios, and you can't do that in quick play. You got to do that in high intensity scenarios.
Yes.
Yep.
1000% agree.
So it's yeah, I guess we don't really give enough people enough grace for trying to pick up new characters.
Not at all. It's always played in quick play. You're going to see a lot of comments talking about, oh, go to quick play if you want to don't care or want to learn
Yep.
character XYZ. We get comments on that. Like, we got those types of comments on multiple videos of ours. Like, quick play is not a good place to actually learn how to play the game, or it's not even fun. Like, genuinely not even a fun experience. So why would I ever do it? And like, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but when you get into the game and click the play tab, it says like it queues you up automatically for quick play, but right above it says try competitive. The game inherently pushes you to play the competitive mode, but you want people to play the less fun mode in the game. Like, come on, like, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
So throwing is cool because you don't want to counter pick. Cool. And before you said we want to have fun. Cool. I work 12-hour shifts and still play ranked to win. If you don't want to adjust to the other team, go play quick match. See, I just told you. That's what they always say. And so I already replied to this person. We never said throwing is cool, and we always play to win. Are you saying the
this
only
is
way
an
to
emotional comment?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Nah,
I
for
didn't mean to
sure.
interrupt.
Nah, you're good. Like, but like, I agree though, right? It's like, and I'll ask him like, are you saying the only way to adjust or counterplay the opponent is to swap your character? And someone said, "Dude, a bot." I'm assuming he's calling the original commenter.
Yeah, he's talking, bro. Yeah, he is. And he, like, what are you like? Like, I feel like sometimes, well, like what Zoby said, the swap word is like a trigger word now. It's like something that is almost forbidden, and it's like I feel like people try to use that against you. Like you don't want to swap, so you're the reason that we're the problem. No, like the problem could be you. And I think sometimes people don't ever think about that. Like I could have an amazing game on Psylocke, right? And by the numbers, I shouldn't have to switch. But it's like, yo, maybe I'm the one that's not working. It's like, how many times I'm sorry to pick on Strange, but we beat Strange Magneto tank comps all the time. But in some of my other games, people will be like, we need a Strange. And it's like, you're holding a shield up against what? Like we have an Iron Fist on our team and a Black Panther. What do we have a Strange for? Who is he shielding? The healers that's just healing the Strange? Like what? So I just think sometimes people just get so emotional about things and just assume that you don't want to win. And then on top of that, I mean, this is like kind of separate. Competitive is not, it's not a tournament. Like people come to the competitive mode like we're playing a tournament IRL where there's money on the line. It's a more serious game mode, but that doesn't mean that I have to get on here and sweat my ass off every single moment of the game. That's unrealistic. Nobody goes to the gym and does their max bench press every single time they go to the gym. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like
That's facts. I agree. Yeah. Shout out to bro. You worked 12 hours. Shout out to you. That's a lot of work.
facts. We appreciate you.
For sure.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Whatever you're doing, I know you're probably getting that bread. Congratulations to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So pretty much anyone that has a life being an adult, thanks. Dope vid. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Swapping on every death drives me insane. Great video. Honestly, I'm not swapping. I'm going to play my character.
Like that. Yep. That blows me. If you swap 5 different times in a match, I'm losing. Like I'm on mute because I'm not trying to get banned, but I'm losing my shit. I'm losing my shit.
Facts.
Yeah, I personally, when I see at the end of the match and I see some people have like 7, 8 characters that they've tried out in a single game, I'm just thinking to myself, what does this person specialize in?
Nothing.
Like, and also like, what? I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry for this person. They had to like they were really going through it, but also like they were really trying too. Like I don't know if I can commend them or feel sad for them because nothing worked out. I don't know.
I guess that's the question I have though, right? Like you said that like they really tried. Did they try because they changed their character, or did they throw even harder because they picked a bunch of stuff they don't know how to actually play? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way you can play 10 different DPS to the same level or at a higher level in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, if you're good with Phoenix, then you might be good with Hela, but that doesn't mean you're good with Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, like commending people for swapping, like there's like reading these comments, it almost felt like oh, like you get a participation trophy if you just change your character.
Yeah. For real.
And it's like it didn't do anything. We still lost the game. Like
literally,
he gets a gold star.
It looked good.
Yeah.
It looked good. It's like you dance before you miss your shot. Like what? Like what are you talking about?
Did an emo. I'm crying.
Yo, emo and missed the shot. Like, come on, bro.
All right, agreed. Either lock in or be the change you want to see. This is I like this too. Like
W.
Everyone tells you or they ask, "Can I get a shield? Can someone swap the Strange?" They don't just say, "You know what? I'm just gonna pick a shield tank. I'm gonna be Strange." If someone else wants to be another DPS or a healer, you can do that, but I'm going to change my character because that's what I want to do. It's always, can we get this? Can we get that? I hate that shit. Hate it.
Yeah, and to not to harp on this comment too long, but what you just mentioned to me is like, it's the passiveness that kills me about how people approach the game. Like swapping is so passive. Like, if like right now, like I remember games in Overwatch. Sorry to be the old head to go back to Overwatch, but if there was like a Genji or somebody that was carrying a team, like we knew like, oh, this person is the Smurf or he's just that good, we would come and be like, yo, just everybody go after the Genji. Don't worry about the Mercy, don't worry about the Rhine or whoever other characters there are. Let's just go after them. And I feel like I miss those days where people decided to take aggressive action against their counters, quote unquote, or against other teams. Like, and we will oppress the best player on the team. Like that was a tilting strategy. Or we'll be like, oh, we realize this Lucio is getting carried right now or getting boosted. We gonna tilt, bro. We gonna go after him. And these are like more aggressive strategies besides just swapping, because I feel like a lot of times people are just getting skill diffed and they think the counter swap is going to make them somehow better than the person that's already better than them. It's not the character, it's you. Like, and it's so passive, and I hate that. Oh, can we get this? It's like Smooth said, switch to it. I'd rather you calm. I'm going to play this because I think we need this. Can somebody else take my role because I'm switching to this right now? Or don't even say nothing, just switch. It's annoying, but yo, all right. I see we got 3 tanks now. Maybe I'm gonna go to DPS now, or I might have to go to heal. I'd rather be that than, hey, what's going on, guys? I think we should get a squirrel girl for the Moon Knight. Like, what are we saying? We're not even talking about the problem. You're just saying pick a different character. We're not addressing why we're losing. We're just saying that we need to change the character. That doesn't solve the problem. That's a passive way of, well, we're not playing that good. But I'll stop there.
Anything else to add, Zoe, before we get to the next comment?
No. Next comment. That's great.
This is the mentality of people who want to justify throwing instead of adjusting to being countered. If I'm telling someone switch up because you're trying to DPS and you shouldn't be as a Jeff, I want you off that character you can't play. I don't knock someone like Widow to swap just because she's Widow or because she's low rank. You're 1-5, you don't even put up damage or openings for kills. As a DPS, you are the problem now. You need to understand that you need to diversify. If you don't know how to play a flexible amount of characters, get off rank. You're the problem, not your team. If you can't grasp, you're the one not adapting.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna go into my reply. I'm gonna read these other replies. So we're all aware that each character type has strengths, and you should play to those strengths. If you're struggling playing to those strengths with a particular character, then you should consider switching to an alternative that better fits the situation. not mad at that. Too mad at that. If you're having an off day, I think I mentioned off day in my comment, you can still have a good game. It happens, but your off day isn't every day you get on the game. There are consistently people who think they are the exception, better off banging their head against the wall and expecting a different result. No, it's literally not. Oh my god!
We ain't reading that. Y'all could pause the video and read bro response. That's crazy. We'll do that. I'm gonna speed read it. Like I don't. What the hell?
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I like the first part felt like trauma. Like talking about a Jeff DPS it, and you know talking about 1-5 and stuff like. I think what I also want to like kind of focus on. There's a few people talking about this, right? If you don't know how to play X amount of characters, you shouldn't play ranked. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I think that's untrue. I feel like I get it. I think like you should be able to play at least at the minimum at least one hero from each role, just because there is no role queue. But I think we get into a whole different type of territory when now you're asking a person to have 2 proficient characters in every single role. I think you can get there, right? Like I'll say for me, for tank, I'm only really proficient at Venom. I'm trying to add Groot, but that just takes time. Like I might really need like a solid 25 hours to play with Groot alone, right? Just to get, you know, decent with him, not better than my Venom. For DPS, like I might have like 2-3 characters, and for heals, like you have no choice but to play like 5 people. So I feel like that's a high ask when the game has like 37 characters. I feel like it's different when there's a role queue or there's less players. I mean, less, you know, characters to pick in the game. But if you don't have a flex, but it's like this is this shit that gets people stuck in ranks. Like, and I think me and Smoo have talked about this before, where like I'll definitely say like my Psylocke at my best, I can compete like GM, right? I can compete with like people up there, but when you force me to have to play other characters because all right, Psylocke keeps getting banned or Hela keeps getting banned, now I gotta play someone else. I might really only be like a diamond player or like a plat player with this person. So you want me to be flexible, but now that's going to cost you your rank. Like I could be playing with somebody that's going to rank up to GM3, but I'm D3 with my group. So that's what you're going to get. So I hear them. Like, I feel like a lot of people, what they're saying is plausible, but when you implement it in reality, it just doesn't make sense. Like, to me, like it's not as simple as it sounds. Like, most of y'all have flexible characters, but you're ass at these characters that you're flexible at. I could play Strange, but you're ass at them. All you gotta do is do the teleport. That's it. And some tech that you found on TikTok. That's not gonna help us in the game.
I agree.
Yeah. I agree. I think everybody. I do think that once you get to GM, you start to just run into situations where it might benefit you to like think about having just more than one main. I think it is necessary. You don't need to have 2 in each role. I still only have Emma as like the only tank that I play, and she gets banned like a lot of times. And then when that happens, I ask the team like, hey, I just tell them straight up like, hey guys, Emma is my only tank that I can play like at this level. If you still want me to play a tank, like I can do something, I can try it for y'all, but just know I just want to be transparent, you know. If there's someone better out there, if there's someone out there on the team that's better suited, if there's someone out there, you know, that's I just let people know.
You're a good man.
Yeah, I respect that for sure. I do not say anything. I'll pick whatever other character that is available and pray. All right.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta hurry up and I have to make sure I select the character in the pre-selection, because if I don't sometimes decide I want to play Emma this game, then my own team will ban her. you know, then I'm kind of stuck like, oh well, if somehow, because then I know that if something happens where the tanks run into a situation where they are running into trouble and now they need me to be on tank, I am like, well, they kind of banned Emma, so I'm kind of, you know, so yeah, sometimes I have to initiate that door. Right.
Yeah, I definitely like that. You're a good man. You're better than me. I be on
Those
mute.
those like first seconds where you select your character are important in case like you play a character that does get banned, you know, often.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's facts. That's definitely facts. Okay, I think this one's more of like maybe like a suggestion. Devs should put 3 roles on top of each player nameplate that they play for each role the must play. For example, Punisher has Magneto as Vanguard, Cloak as strategist, and Duelist as Punisher shown on top of his nameplate in competitive mode. This might help people understand what it means to be a team player, since Rivals is a very high team-based game. One person can sell the games. I mean, like, I guess just showing their most played characters on top of them, just in case, if you know what I mean. Like, I guess if there needs to be swaps, you know what that person can swap to. I mean, I guess it's a decent addition to the game, but I don't know if that really solves the problem, right? Like, even if, let's say that this person does have it, right? But, you know, they only play 2 games as Magneto, so it just defaults Magneto as a Vanguard, but that doesn't mean that the person actually knows how to play Magneto. It just means that they played it before.
Yeah, like, and what are we doing? Just Lord farming, or are we Lord, like, are we just showing off
That
our
is
Lords?
true.
You know,
That
like,
is true.
the
But
game's
would it
been
go
out
by
for
win
over a
percentage?
year now, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But if I only played 2 games as Magneto and just so happen to win those, my Magneto's perfect, in theory.
True. Well, I looked at the comment differently. I was thinking, and I'm probably interpreting it wrong. I was thinking that when you come into the game, like, you're trapped into those 3 characters. Like, if she's saying, like, if you click on Punisher, that means you only can swap to Magneto or Cloak and Dagger. Like, remember how in Apex it was like the Christmas modes, and you had the three Jones that you could like cycle through. I was thinking that's what she was saying, where you are fixed to those characters. So it's like that's who I play, and I'm probably wrong now that I think about it, but I feel like that would be cool too, like forcing people to like stay in like a realm. Of course people would get mad, but it's like you would have to, like, I think that would, from a user experience perspective, that would get people more proficient. If, like, I know I want to play Punisher, but if, let's say, Punisher gets banned, but I already pre-selected Punisher, I have to play Magneto or Cloak. You're gonna get good at those characters because that one character that you want is, you know, he's gonna be in that trio. But I don't know how that would work. People will probably get mad. That's like a different version of role queue, I guess. Yeah. But it's character queue, maybe.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm all for trying to come up with solutions to the problem, right? So definitely appreciate this comment.
Yeah, this was a conscious comment.
Yes. W. In the defense of asking for swaps, many times where your chosen character can't actually do the job the team needs. No clutch timing heals will get us out if we're brawling on the point. No number of headshots with human ability will be enough to heal a one cycle diver. Sometimes your character is just the one that is simply hard countered by the enemies. See if there's any more. Someone said I contradicted myself. Whatever. Maybe. Any comments on this one?
I think this is like people saying the same thing over and over again. Like, they keep using like this straw man scenario of the person that's getting, in their mind, getting hard countered, and I feel like it's one of those things where it's true but false at the same time, because, like, I'll say as Psylocke, right? There's plenty of times I've gone against different compos, like I've beaten Triple Hill a lot of times, a composition that quote unquote hard counter Psylocke. Yes, but I've had games where, okay, I get the Jeff or the Luna that are like healing each other down to 30 HP, but I'm the only person that's deciding to attack their backline. So the team can say that, oh, you're being hard countered, and it's like, I could argue if one of y'all just came over there with me, they would die. So you could say that I'm being countered, but that's not necessarily the reality. So I feel like I can't say that these comments are wrong, but I think they're always choosing to pick the extreme case where someone is playing something and they're underperforming. Like, I don't think that's always the case. Like, sometimes you just need help. Like, I had a game where I feel like I fake boosted this Hawkeye, but he had better stats than me. I was playing Phoenix. I'm seeing the people I'm shooting. I'm getting them down to like maybe 40, 50 HP off me shooting them alone, right? And the little bursting that she does. And then the Hawkeye will come through and body shot them and take the kill. So at the end of the game, I had more I think I had more damage than him, right? Because I'm hitting the shots, but he has 31 finals. So we played another game together, and he just, in his mind, I'm better than you because I had 31 finals. And it's like, yo, you weren't hitting any headshots. You were just, we were playing as a team, which is a good thing. Like, you were picking off the damage that I was doing. But now there's this perception that, oh, I'm the one that's carrying, and you're the problem because you weren't getting the finals as Phoenix. But it's like, yo, if you take me out of the picture, we're getting farmed. Like, if you put me at heals and we don't have that anymore, now you're the problem. You're the issue. So I don't like how people like to, choose to point the finger, and that's not always the case. Like, it's what they're saying is true, but it's false at the same time. Like, it doesn't apply to all scenarios.
Yeah, I think also what you said about, I think people need to take a second and then realize, how can we create a coordinated attack without ults, right? Because I know a lot of people, like, there's a lot of combos that people do with ults, but I'm thinking, like, when I play Magic and I have a Moon Knight on my team, and we are deciding, and like sometimes I'll do my combo where I can pretty much get the support to one tap, right? But then something happens where the healer or the tank turns around and then they're saved, right? But if I just had one person look at this scenario that I was like in, that support might have been dead. Now, if you take, like, if I had a Moon Knight on my team and we take Magic's like dash and her dash and like her melee, right? That can deal about 100 damage, like easy. Moon Knight's Onk, when he throws it and throws his and throws his attack, probably can take about 100 damage before you have to realize you need to get out of there. If you stay one more extra second, you're dead. So if we both decided to use both of our abilities at the same time on the same exact support, that support should be dead. Like, it's almost just like Black Panther doing his entire combo before he got like nerfed, and now his like combo doesn't do as much damage. It's just like, it's like those kinds of things where we decide, like, hey, let's wrap around and let's do this coordinated attack. Let's pick a support, 1, 2, 3, pick the person off, and that it makes it's doing stuff like that doesn't really happen. Everyone pretty much just like goes on their own rogue missions and decides they have to kill the entire person on their own. And it's a lot of stress.
Yep. I agree.
when in reality you could just coordinate attacks.
I definitely love that, man. Like, that's like, I feel like that's something that I want you to like make a video on, just coordinating without using ults, because that's people's favorite. That's like the easiest one to do. Oh, Groot ulted, so I ulted, but it's like, how about I put down my big wall? Now maybe you use one of your different cooldowns, not just ult spamming, because then you get it just blows me when you get like 5 people that ult on the point. Like, we already got 2 picks off one ult. Why are we doing a second ult and then support ulting afterwards? I don't even understand that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's enough to just be like, hey, let's just go pressure these guys and then back off, not die, right? Because the thing is that, like, you got to know how to get out. Like, you need to know when to leave a party, and so you did the thing you needed to do. You got their attention, and now you go back into their backline. And they're thinking in their head, bruh, I got this Iron Man, I got this Magic, I got this Psylocke back here. I don't know where they're at, but they left. They gonna come back at some point, and then you just hit them again. And you start to be this like Casper the Ghost, and they're just being annoyed. They're like, yo, get out of my back, right? Like, and there's something's gonna give there. Either your team isn't going to be able to push through because you're not doing enough yet, or their attention is going to be so driven towards you that they stop like doing what they're supposed to be doing. And those are just other like mind games. Like, how can we mind game our way into a win sometimes versus characters always being the necessity for a change.
Yes, I agree with that 1000%. There's a comment later on that I think maybe kind of goes into a little bit of that too, about like, we used to play fighting games, so I think let's put a pin in the mind games thing.
Put a pin in the mind games.
Because I definitely want to bring that back up. As a working man, I'm with you. Limited amount of time to play, my guy. For me means play who you want for real. W, have fun.
You.
I can understand both sides. I think non-shield tanks only work if you are providing value for the team and the team has a comp that is self-sufficient. It's frustrating when we don't have a front line because we're running Angela, Thor, or Cap, and the enemy can get to the supports uncontested. I understand not wanting to play Strange or Mag because they're boring, but if you want to win, you gotta swap, twin. Tanks are the most important role and dictate how a team plays. Woo! Key here. Tanks are the most important role and dictate how the team plays. So if I decide to play my character that doesn't have a traditional shield, why does my team decide to not play how I play? I don't go main when I'm Angela, Thor, or Cap. I go on the off angle. I take the path with the most amount of cover because that's all I have to protect myself. But my team doesn't follow up with my plays. So you told me that I dictate how my team plays, but unfortunately they don't want to listen or follow. They think I'm the one that's in the wrong because I didn't pick their traditional tank character to block all the damage for them. And that's what frustrates me so much. I think the player base needs to catch up in terms of learning how to play with specific characters instead of only knowing how to play one way and then crying when they can't play the game that way. And you can argue I'm like kind of doing that too, but if I'm the tank, no one wants to tank. If I'm going to be solo tank, I'm going to play who I want. And you can play with me, or you can die at main, or figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to say.
I like this comment, but then I also feel like there's a contradiction in there. Like you said, if tanks are the most important role and they dictate how a team plays, why are you not playing the way your tank is playing? That's just that to me. That's just, I feel like this comment is really the fundamental issue with swapping, where you know that somebody is playing in a certain style, and it's like we're both arguing the same point in a different way. You're not playing the way I want you to play, so I think you need to swap. And then on the other end, it's like I'm playing the way I want to play, and you're asking me to swap, but you could be playing how I want to play. Like both sides could be right to some degree, but it's like, again, if you want me to go play, like, if it doesn't make sense. Like, if you want me to play a shield tank, so it's hard, quote unquote, harder to get to the heals, right? There's no contesting. It's like I walk past Strange and Magneto shield all the time. It doesn't protect you from anything. It only helps alleviate poor positioning, which is people walking down main, walking where everybody can aim at them or have easy access to them. These tanks that people think are the reason they're gonna win are the reason why they're failing. You know how many times we've beat that comp? My fault, Zoby.
Yeah. No. I mean, also, I think realize that the shield tanks are the tanks that don't really have movement abilities, right? So Cap, he has his run. Thor has his hammer and gets into a space as fast as possible. Angela, right? Angela has a shield that doesn't necessarily protect the whole team, but she can fly. And if you needed Angela if you called up Angela on speed dial, she's gonna be at your front door, right? She's probably the fastest tank on the roster right now.
Fastest carry in the game, dang near. So, yeah.
Yeah, like, and what is that trade-off? So when people talk about, oh, we need a tank that peels, well, a tank that peels is going to be a tank that probably doesn't have a shield, if I'm gonna be honest. because Strange ain't getting to you fast enough before the Black Panther can kill you. He's not getting to you fast enough before the Iron Fist can probably like stop beating you down. But the Thor is definitely going to swing his hammer and be right there to smack the Iron Fist. The Cap is definitely going to be there, and Angela will be there too, and Venom as well, right? Like these are all tanks that like you trade off the shield for a tank that can you know bubble you, that can be right next to you when shit gets heavy. And so yeah, I don't know if this person necessarily understands all the facets of maybe why there are certain characters that have shields, and a lot of times the characters that have shields or the tanks that have shields, you sometimes need another tank. It's hard to maybe solo Mag. I know there are times that Mag does get solo picked and can do it, but it's not as easy because he doesn't have as much movement, and that sometimes is what you need.
Yeah, that's a great take. And I like to add one more thing too. It's like I feel like my gripe with like the Strange Magneto is that yes, you have a shield, but they can't do damage while they're shielding. Mm-hmm. The point of a tank is to take space and to absorb damage. So if I'm a Venom player, I don't have a shield up, but if you stand right behind me, I'm gonna absorb the damage for you.
Yes.
So I can still do my job as a tank. I can still do my job as a tank and still put out damage. Versus when Strange Shields goes up, that's it.
Yes. It's the perfect. It's how many times have I been like? There's so many times where I go to fight a support character as a duelist, and then the Hulk just body blocks me, right? And I'm just like, oh yeah, that's all they need to do. Like they didn't need to put up their shield, they didn't need to Hulk shield, like they just bounce right in front of me. And then as I do the same thing with Emma, I run to my supports and I just body block sometimes, and that's the best thing you can do.
Agree.
Nah, I'll hit the surrender and still try my hardest. I lost the vote. That's democracy. I'm assuming we talked about. I'm assuming we talked about like that's what he said. All right, so this guy, let me see. Okay, yeah, this guy. So we had like a little bit of back and forth. As you can see, it's like some paragraphs and stuff. I won't go into all this, but kind of bringing back that mind games aspect. So this guy was like, I'll just read the last part, right? Sorry for the essay, but all I'm saying is that there is fault on both sides of the rivals competitive and casual community, and accountability and mindset remedies a lot of the problem. I think people should learn how to play fighting games, by the way, to learn how to deal with losses and accountability. And this was like an amazing thing that I read, right? And I like even kind of proposed like a slight counter argument, right? Like if you play a fighting game, if anybody's played a fighting game, right, you know that once you select your character, that's it. There is no changing your character mid-game. You have to figure it out, right? And kind of back to your mind games comment, Zoby, you have to, sometimes your character stats like on paper do not beat your opponent's character on paper. That's when you have to actually think about how to overcome your opponent, not by just draw stats, but understanding the options and the buttons that they're going to press, and then being ready for those options, right? And one more thing I want to bring up that I thought about is like, and I think gamers as a whole are so spoiled nowadays. The fact that, you know, like swapping aside, like if a character's too strong, quote unquote, there's going to be a patch next month that changes how the character works, is just ridiculous. Because any game before the PS3, however it was released, that's it. There is no balance updates. If a character's broken, they're broken, and that's it. But what happens, right? Like, you know, we played Smash Bros a lot, right? And you know, for a long time, Fox was considered the best character in the game, until some people took the time to figure out how to beat Fox. And now there's other characters that are in, you know, contention of being the better characters in the game because they learn how to play the Fox matchup. And I think like, you know, the fighting game thing is like, you know, I always see people talk about like tier lists in the game. Like
Right.
I don't care about tier lists, right? Like, all they do is tell you which character is better than others. Let's start doing matchup charts. Let's talk about how certain characters interact with other characters in the game. How to beat the characters no matter who you are, I think is what we should start focusing on more versus, oh, this character, oh, like, on paper, this character's better, so you should just play this better character.
Yes. I love Magic, right? And Emma is difficult to deal with when you play Magic. She, like, I see a Magic on the other team and I play Emma. I'm like, I'm gonna make this Magic hell, like, life hell. But when I play Magic and they have an Emma, I think to myself, okay, what do I do to not be predictable? Like, I know they have Diamond form. I have to pay attention to if one, they use it. If they didn't use it and I know that Emma is about to either turn around or ult me. Okay, I gotta make sure I save certain abilities to make sure I don't get, like, queued, like, I don't get stunned. Like, they're just you just have to outplay your opponent, and that's what fighting games teach you. Fighting games teach you how to outplay the lesser odd that you have. And also, just because you love that character, people always say, like, in a fighting game, it's the worst thing when you pick a character to play just because they're the best character in the game, because you don't have any connection towards them. But when you find that character that you really bang with, then you're able to go through the bad, the good, and the ugly with that character and figure out everything that you need to do to make that character the best. And especially in certain scenarios.
Yeah, that's a banger. That's a banger. That's real. I feel like I 100% agree with you guys. And I feel like the last example that you gave, like, oh, I'm going to play this character because this character is the best. When you do that on Marvel Rivals because some streamer told you that this person is S tier and you go in your games and you lose, that's what makes you goofy. That's what I'm talking about. That's goofy shit when it's, well, Iron Fist is good against this person and you pick that character because, quote unquote, he's the counter to them and you still lose. That's goofy. Instead of, like you said, just learning the matchup, learning how to outplay the other team. Like, that's 100% agree with you guys. Like, and I think fighting games do teach that. But I could tell that, like Smooth said, we're very, very spoiled in the gaming community. Like, I really feel bad for the developers. Like, all you get is people, like, complaining all the time. And I'm guilty of it sometimes because I just don't, I might just be venting about a specific thing. But whatever it was, it just was. And I'm okay with, like, having, or if they tested out a mode where if you pick that character, you're stuck with them. I'm okay with doing that because I think from a user experience perspective, it would force the player pace to get better. I think we will have better quality matches when people are forced to play a character. And if they, at spawn, you don't know who anybody's playing at on the other team at spawn, and you get into the match and you have to just figure it out. Like, and we talk about that so much on the channel, like dealing with the losses of, all right, somebody is countering me, quote unquote, or I'm losing in this scenario. You have to go through those scenarios to get better so you can beat them. They're never going to disappear. Triple Hill is never going to go anywhere. But if you develop the mindset, oh, because they're going Triple Hill, now I can't play a dive hero, you'll never unlock those winning cases where you can beat Triple Hill or you can beat a certain composition.
Yep.
Gotta go through it. This is shout out to this guy though. Well, I really enjoyed having a nice, like, back and forth. Like, we love comments like this. Like, don't ever apologize for essaying. We're gonna read them. We may not always reply, but we're gonna read them. This is the biggest copium. Lol. Swap if you're doing bad. It's very easy to understand. And then you swap.
Unconscious.
And then you swap and you still lose. Like, what the heck? Copium, more like right. If I don't want to swap, I don't have to. Should be easy to understand. Facts.
Facts. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you this is the unconsciousness that we're battling right now. We talk about EOMM and all the agents. This is people that are against bad teammates. You are contributing to being a bad teammate when you default to think that because someone is doing bad, that A, it's entirely their fault. B, that swapping is the answer. C, that the swap is going to be a better character than who they are. Like that, it's so much unconsciousness being brought to the team or to the team, a team-based game where you have a team. All right, if Hulk keeps dying, maybe we should play with the Hulk. What are you looking at? What's the thing we used to say in Overwatch? If one is dumb, we're all dumb. If you have a idiot player on your team and the Iron Fist stays in their backline and he keeps dying, go to the backline with him. Maybe it will turn around. Like instead of just you're doing bad swap. What? Like what does that mean? That's not contributing to the problem. Like the team might not even be better than you. It could just be they're playing as a better team, as a better unit.
Oh man, yeah. That is like chemistry is everything in a game. How you talk to your teammates, how you come out, like it literally games. Like straight up, chemistry wins you games. It has sometimes nothing. I will definitely queue up with certain people, and then I look on the enemy team and I see them on the enemy team, and maybe we just won, and then we just lost, and then we lost, and I lost against the people I just won with. And I'm thinking to myself, oh man, like, am I nothing without them? Right? Like, or so, and I just think to myself, well, what do we need to do, like chemistry wise, that is going to help us pull this together? We need to talk to each other a little better. We need to have some more confidence, pep talk. Like sometimes that's all you need to get the mojo going, and it has nothing to do with the character. There's so many more facets.
Yeah, yes, it gets deep for sure. Heavy on the we need to swap limit. That is me commenting and agreeing with a couple people think this should be implemented, and I definitely agree. Okay, wait a minute. Swap limits is just a softer form of roll lock and is simply bad game design. Let's say you get unlucky and the enemy's team perfectly counters your team's way of playing, so you all swap to try to stay relevant. Now that gives the enemy team an inherent advantage because they can now perfectly counter swap you and keep doing so until you're out of swaps. That's an extreme hypothetical, but it gets the point across. You shouldn't be shoehorned into being stuck playing a character that doesn't fit your team's needs as the game progresses. I think this kind of just goes back to us, like, swapping is the shortcut answer. Eventually, you're going to have to actually learn how to properly counterplay your opponents and not rely on just praying that a different character's kit is going to win the game for you.
Yes. Look at their positioning. Look at how they're moving. Who are they standing next to when they? This is because you're going to have scenarios, but it's like it's always those microsecond things that happen. Like, oh, you see a support out of position. Call that shit out. Make sure everybody's on it, and then capitalize on it. Oh, the Hela is like consistently just behind the strange and just projectiling. All right, well, let me take an off angle. Let me do something about this. It's just like put them into bad positions, because that just goes into how, like you said, outplaying. And swapping's not going to do anything about that.
I feel like this comment is so passive, man. Like, it's so passive, and I feel like this is either a lot of people's first hero shooters, or they just never competed in sports in real life, or fighting games, or like Smooth said, games that were like before the PS3. Like if I queued, I used to play a lot of Madden when I was younger. When I was younger, the Patriots were always 99 overall, and I was I'm a Colts fan. So it's like my team was ranked like 80, like we had like an 87 or something like that, or a 92 on a good season. When you booted up the game, you just played. Honestly, there used to be honor in, like, we get on Tekken and I'm playing like King or something like that against Eddie or somebody who's better, and I beat you. I get more respect for doing that versus let me just go to the very best team. Like, that's stuff that, I'm playing my little cousins on 2K or something like that. They're going to go grab the all-star team, and I'm going to play with like the Sixers or something like that, and I could still beat them because it was a skill gap. You got all the NBA legends on one team. So I feel like when people get upset about, oh, we shouldn't be pigeonholed. It's like you need to think creatively. Like there's a lot of abundance and strategies you can take on in the game, but that abundance isn't restricted to just the characters that you play. Like I just feel like if you go to the basketball court right now, if you go to the play table tennis somewhere and you go play against somebody that's nice, you can't stop in the middle of the game and say, hold on, let me go grab somebody else to play for me because I need to counter swap. Like that just doesn't happen. So it's like I get it. That doesn't necessarily apply to this game because we have that option, but I think fundamentally that is the issue. The abundance of characters gives people this limited mindset that, well, the characters are going to solve the problem. No, just get better. Or just take the L. Sometimes you're not like everybody gets on the game expecting that they're going to win 100% of the games. Like going 50-50 or 40-60, that's normal. That's the norm. Why every single time like you come on the game and you expect to go 10-0, and the one game that somebody doesn't want to switch is it's your fault why I'm stuck in gold. What? I'm not saying that about Batman. I'm just talking about like more the ideology. And I think people keep recycling the same thing over and over again. Oh, if their team is better than ours, their character selection is better than ours, we should be able to switch. What equates to a team being better than you? There's no definition for because I picked this composition, my team is better than the other team now. That doesn't even exist. That's non-existent. That's all just fake mentality or made up elo in people's mind. There is no this is the best character of Marvel Rivals because the character cast is so diverse. You can't look at one character and say they are the best. They might be objectively better at other things. Like Bucky is the CC king, right? But he's not the only CC character.
Yeah.
Sorry, these comments piss me off sometimes.
Nah, I hear you. Look, can't even lie. The way you opened up this video felt very welcoming to grown-ass men. GGW. That's what we're here for.
Yes, sir.
It's always a positioning problem. Also, people are goofy and ask for an anchor tank. But I want to play a fun tank who also has a shield like Cap or Angela. They got shield, or let me cook with Thing. Great vid, bros. I ain't swapping off a Blade.
Facts.
Our
Facts.
resident Blade main, Koos.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to bro.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus. Everything about this vid screams that y'all some little kids, Lamau, from the way y'all think you should be treated special just for being employed to acting like it's so big and bad to just switch characters to help your team out. COD just might be the move for y'all, not gonna lie. Double laugh.
Unconscious. L rage bait. Get out. Get out of here.
Next, good info. I'd also add that learning how to play into your counters is an important skill if you're really wanting to main a specific character. Not even if you want to main a specific character, just understanding how to play into your counters in general will help you win multiple games. Because it's not even just about into your character, it could be your overall strategy. I think a lot of the time people think so micro. They don't think macro. Like, I'm thinking about even the dive video comments, like people talking about, oh, use this one character to stop this other diver. Real dive is a team coordinated play. It's not just BP coming into the backline. It's Venom, Psylocke, and Spider-Man fucking y'all team up. Excuse my language. Like, one little Namor ain't gonna change shit. So, yes, understanding how to play into your counters is important. Just because they got a Namor on the team doesn't mean you can't play dive anymore. So, yeah.
100%. I think to add to that, learning how to play to your counters, this is what actually increases your knowledge about the game. Like, people are not deepening their knowledge. When you always choose to swap, you're reducing your opportunity to learn and increase your understanding about how the game works.
Facts. Nah, bro. I have 1 hour to play. Win, lose, or draw. I'm locked in. F your rank. Cheers.
Real shit though. Real shit though. I feel it. Like, and I feel like this is the sentiment of people who, or I'll say for me, right, where I might, just because we're saying in the video we don't prefer swapping, doesn't mean I never swap. And it doesn't mean that I'm not giving my best because I chose not to swap. and that's annoying when somebody
Mm-hmm.
you need to swap and you don't swap. Now you're the thrower. No, what if I just made a mistake and I just used my cooldown incorrectly twice? And you know what? All right, I'm locked in. I'm not gonna do it again. But you're already mad that I'm 0-2 and I got to swap. Damn, like and it's like they be doing that. I'm 0-2 and they're 3-2.
You're not
I'm gonna catch up to you in one team fight.
Yep.
We win one team fight. Our stats are even.
That's facts.
It's different if I'm 0-17 and we're on match 2. Like you know what I'm saying? That's different. Now I'm actually throwing, but you have 4 or 5 more kills than me. I can get it back in one team fight.
If people actually learn how to use the characters we got and stop complaining about everything, they would probably win more. 1000%.
Facts.
As a Thor one trick who's hit eternity, shout out to you. Thor mains gotta stick together. You gotta learn how to flex, and you need to switch sometimes. No matter how good you get and how far you can take a character, this is a team-oriented game. It's a hero shooter. Comps make or break a game. IMO. I mean,
I don't understand that.
Me neither. Like, I think
You're a Thor one trick.
But you
let's break this down. But you have to flex. Why would you say that you're a Thor one trick? How are you a one trick, but you're also preaching that we need to flex?
Correct.
I agree with him, but
yeah, I only thing I agree is like Thor gets banned, right? And that's happened to me plenty of times, and I have to go play my barely competent Captain America. But you know what I mean, like, and okay, I might take that L that game because the enemy team decided to what's it called me, but I mean, like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna figure out how to win as Thor, right? Like, I think the argument of needing to know multiple characters comes into play when you are getting target banned, because that's just a common strategy for whatever reason. That's what people like to do with their time on the game. I'm not going to say anything other than that about target banners, but like then at that point, yeah, I do need to learn how to play someone else, because you're gonna these weirdos on the game are gonna literally make it unplayable unless I do know how to play someone else. But to say that, you know, I have to flex to play the game, I literally have to, like you said earlier, right? I need to know 2 cares per role for the game to be able to play the game. Like, I'm gonna be in gold forever because I'm never gonna be able to learn how to play 6 characters at a high level.
Thanks. I disagree with his last. I'm not gonna say I disagree. I feel like it's one of those like yes and no's. Like, comps make or break a game. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like it's true, but I think it's team, like players, make or break a game. Your ability to synergize make or break a game. Like, there's been games we had all type, like, is Rocket, Widow, Venom, and Iron Fist. On paper, the composition is completely ass, right? But we figured out. It's like I go back to Overwatch 2. It's like when Hamster or Ball came to the game, he brought in a whole different type of, like, he basically turned it into a TDM, so you could kind of play whatever you want with him. So it wasn't necessarily the composition, it was just how do you synergize with your teammates. So I agree, but like, compositions are important, but it's like name the compositions besides Strange Magneto and Triple Support. What and Dive. And Dive is so broad, we don't really have any composition. So what are the compositions you're talking about? That it doesn't exist. There's too many characters to have a set compositions. It's different if we started the Marvel Rivals off and is 15 characters. Then I can agree more. Okay, compositions do matter because everybody's going to be playing the same heroes for the most part. There's like 37 people. There's always going to be a variation. There's no, like, how can you tell me comps make or break the game? It's the players that do.
Let's see how long this one is. Okay, cool. This really solidifies me not taking this game seriously. It's a team game. If there's people that don't want to adjust, it's just a waste of time, or a gamble at least. If you don't care to win, play quicks. Ugh. But yeah, I appreciate the insight. It's good to know the thought process. You don't know the thought process. You didn't actually even understand the insight if you're saying that if your above statements are true. You don't need to swap your character to adjust to win. to take the game seriously.
Yeah, like he's like, I don't know, one of them like intelligent, but I don't know, maybe not street smart people, like, or it just was like a shady comment. I'll just take it. I won't say he's not intelligent. That's mean. It's just a shady comment.
Okay, we can keep going then. I'm sorry, but no, if you're performing badly and you won't swap on a ranked match, people are allowed to flame you. It's called accountability. If you just want to do whatever you want independent of others, then go play against robots. Another comment telling me to go play a different game mode that isn't fun. I said, oh no, the A word. W accountability, right? I can take accountability all day. Doesn't mean that, I mean, I know when I'm bad, but just because I'm bad, that means I have to change my character? That doesn't make any sense.
People want that participation award.
Yup, I was just about to say that shit. Literally goes back to, I just want my gold star for changing my character. I feel that Strange Mag America swap hate. I main Penny or do Thor now and Angela over Venom. Shout out to people that don't want to play the shield tanks. Not because they're not good, but you know, because we don't need a shield to win. Also a Penny main. I gave up switching to shield because I keep having to solo. Penny's the only one I can use to help straps by webbing dive and having them play in the nest and web to them to help get in between. Also, if I need to get out, she's the quickest one that I can dip out with and stop ults. A person that has figured out how to win with their character. And this is what we've been preaching.
That comment. I love that comment. Shout out to Afro-san. This is like the philosophy that we're talking about in a comment. We're not saying you don't have to switch. You never have to switch, right? But if you play enough, you can figure out a way to adapt with the character that you like.
Yes.
And that's a perfect example.
I agree, because I think Penny does get a lot of hate, but how often do we like shit on the Penny because we think that they're not good in the attack? Or the point is that like Penny throws down the nest, right? The point is to play inside the nest, right? Like we should probably try to gather around the tank and make the most use out of that character. That is the goal of each character, right? Especially a tank. Penny thrives on, and then it'll be annoying, right? Then we're like, oh, they got to get rid of the nest. We play Rocket, now there's 2 nests. Let's really maximize the usage of this Penny instead of being stubborn and thinking that Penny is just innately bad because she's a bad character for some reason. Yeah.
No, this is like we said, the other person said earlier, right? Tanks dictate. Play with your tank.
Yes. Yeah, play with your tank. Yes.
I switch characters when I'm being focused and can't get any help. I play support a lot, so I'm 3v1 more often than I should when I get dove. So please don't get mad at your teammates if they swap 10x. Also, counter switching might be for the person themselves, so they won't die as so much. I pretty much said like, you swapping your character isn't going to stop the enemy team from just still focusing you. So it's like, you can keep swapping if it makes you feel comfortable. I mean, do it, but it's not going to be the answer. You're going to find out very quickly after the 7th swap. Hopefully.
Yep.
Thank you. I am so sick of people saying things like how new releases of characters should be to avoid asking people to swap. I play Adam Warlock and I say every time that we do not need more lifeline healers. We need more off healers. I am exhausted being told to swap and rank when I cannot get a peel or I have to do way too much of the bulk healing. Same thing, play tank. I'm sorry, I'm like speed running this comment.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I already replied to this person, but pretty much like, yeah, like people get mad when you just don't play the character that they think should be played in a situation, and they don't.
I know how it feels.
Instead of just playing with the person with who they picked, they want to just cry and say they need a defensive ult when like whatever. But yeah, I know you deal with it a lot, Yang. When we play, that's all we do.
Especially because I want to play Adam, and it's like I want to do damage. Like, and I think this comment that's coming up is important. There's a difference between being a healer and a strategist. Strategist does not mean that your game is dictated by healing your teammates. And sometimes, if you're a person that's complaining about heals, reposition yourself. You do not have to actively be in the fight all the time. Go sit by a health pack. There's plenty of times as a tank player, I will just stop fighting. I will literally go back to the heals and just sit behind a corner to get full HP, then I go back out. But some people don't want to do that. They feel like I got to stay in the fight the whole time.
it's actually also really, there's a lot of times where I get out just in the nick of time and just like just go find a health pack, and in that time that I like was able to get away, that person that I like got really low actually ends up dying by somebody else on my team. And it's just very important to save your life. Like, don't, like, you dying is actually worse than you not getting the kill. It's because now your presence is gone. So for 7 seconds.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yes. So yeah,
can't do damage from the spawn room.
Yeah, and it's also annoying for them that you got away, you know, and they're like, oh damn, like I couldn't get this person and they just got away, and that just, and then it starts to make them feel more like they have to pay more attention to you. And so now this goes back into the mind games thing. It's like, how do you become annoying?
Yeah, it's not always about forcing the kill. It's about drawing resources and getting attention. Yang has talked
and
about
making
that multiple
space
times too. And making space. We talked about that too, right? It all comes full circle.
Yes.
But yeah, this is the comment you were talking about, right, Yang? Talking about calling me a healer. I'm a effing strategist. I know when to heal and kill. You don't become worse C&D by just throwing heals and now helping to kill enemies, or by defending yourself and getting attacked. Yeah, like stop, like looking at your strategist and thinking that their only job is to heal about you. Like Yang said, go get a health pack.
Yeah, go get a health pack, because I think like even Invisible Woman, sometimes I'll dish out a lot of damage, like close to what my DPS are doing, and you know, it's like I'll like, I think I had like 12k like damage like in Invis, and I was like, but sometimes you can like, but Invisible Woman is one of those like strategists that are really good at also getting the kill. Like if you know how to place that little like that orb, John, you know, like that is really good, because you put that on the point. Now they have to choose, oh, am I going to just sit on this point and take this senseless damage, or am I going to back up a bit? If they back up, great, that gives us a little bit more space. That push, oh my gosh, it's great for finishing. That push is perfect for finishing off people. Like that person that was like, I think Invisible Woman is one of those strategists where if she is paying attention to people who are one shot and she still has that push or pull, oh, you use that on that person that's one shot that they couldn't get that kill, and you finish them off. It takes, I think it hits like for 75 or 50 damage or something, but it's the perfect amount. It's like the perfect amount to just finish somebody off.
I hate Invis. As an Angela main, I hate her, to be honest.
I ban her ass when I'm feeling petty.
Yeah,
I don't want disappear. I'm tired of that, bro. I'll be sick over that.
Oh shoot. Yeah, but
we could clump these last few comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. No more. Then why play competitive? Because we want
unconscious.
To. Yep. I'm tired of heal botting. We just talked about this. Have to, because it's so strong. But I swear people can't function without a pocket healer. Like that, take less damage. Fight behind cover, flank. No, wow, literally what we just been talking about. Shout out to
he has a brain.
Thank you. I'm ignoring. Get it off the screen. What if they're not good at the character you asked them to swap to? Exactly. Stop telling people to play something that you want them to play. Go play it yourself. All players should learn 6 characters. I'm not doing that. My best tank is Mr.Clintastik. Shout out to you. Okay, wait. Looks like, bro. Comment again? Nah, I agree and disagree. There were times I start to have a bad game and I swap 2 to 4 times. Then we start winning and actually sometimes win. I tell teammates when we all getting rocked by the enemy team to swap until you find the character to start killing. But I don't swap right away. Teammates be wanting me to swap whether we lost or won the first round, and our kills deaths are similar to, like sometimes, like I think there are times when you make the decision to do it yourself. I have a problem with people that tell me that I'm the problem when realistically they probably made their own mistakes during that fight, and you could argue they should be the one swapping and not me. But I don't ever ask anybody to swap. I'm going to figure out how to win the game no matter what.
Facts. Yeah, I definitely feel like agree with you. Have an inner locus of control, and it's like we all could vibe review each other, and when we vibe review, we see our teammates do dumb shit all the time. I've seen my teammates just jump into a pile of 5 people because they just want to ult. I see them do dumb stuff, but it's like it's not my job to sit here and nitpick on the dumbass ult or cooldowns you did 12 times in the match. We all gonna make mistakes. I think we had a game smooth where we had a Bucky and we were commenting like, all right, Bucky has ult, but then he died in the ult. And we just after he died, we just focused on, all right, what do we do now that he's dead? We needed the Bucky ult to help us clear it out. It didn't work. We moved on. We didn't get in comms and be like, Bucky, you're so trash. You threw the game. You ruined it for us. It's just like, okay, you died trying to ult. It didn't work. Move on. Like, people harp on, oh, that was such a terrible ult. Why did you do that? Oh my God. And they harp on it. And it's like, move on. Move past it. Like, nobody says anything about, you would hate it if every time you fuck up, everyone starts flaming you every time you make a mistake.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not, I think you mentioned this, Zoby, like, it's not good communication. Like, it's not helpful communication to point out people's mistakes, especially if we can't go back and change anything about it. We can't hit Control Z and get your ult back. It's done.
Yeah.
I don't understand
I think,
that comment.
yeah, I think more of the like, then go ahead, right? To be unfair, you're telling the rest of your team to adapt to your character as opposed to you and the team adopting to the flow of the game and counter picks happening in rank. Sure, I'm not mad. Da da da. I guess just saying that you're throwing if you're going 1-9, and also something about like I guess expecting people to play around you when you're not willing to play around others.
I think people are confusing what we're saying with us justifying throwers. If you are 1-9, it don't matter what character you play for real. You probably just, you're gonna lose or you're deliberately throwing. So it's like we're not talking about throwing. That's not what we're talking about. And I think a lot of people confuse not swapping with being a thrower. And I feel like those are, you haven't seen throwing. You have like people people that talk about throwing on Marvels, you haven't seen throwing. There's ways to throw. Like no one, honestly, I feel like there's not even really throwers on the game like that anymore. Like they get punished. Like I think they get banned so badly. Like Overwatch,
actually,
there were throwers. Like their job was to get on the game and throw. Oh, I'm gonna pick May and lock us into spawn before the last 10 seconds of the game so we can't contest point.
Right.
Like people do all types of crazy stuff like that. I'm gonna not use my ult at all the whole game on purpose. People are not throwing in Marvels the way they think they are. People just don't like losing and they can't accept it.
Yes. And that kind of even goes to this next comment talking about like if you're Groot and you die 6 times the wolf, it's time to get off, and saying you're throwing if you don't do it. It's like I would only consider it throwing if the Groot keeps walking out the same path 6 times and the wolf stood in the same corner all 6 times and grabbed him, then yeah, you're throwing, or you're just choosing to not be conscious in the match to understand how to play around the Wolverine. But still, it's kind of a reach to even call it a throw if the person's just genuinely bad. Like, it's okay to be bad at the game. If you're good enough, you're not going to play with these people.
Yep. But then it's like, what about the fact that I'm a person that's experienced this. I've been okay with, okay, I'm Groot. I get picked up by Wolf 6 times, and that's happened to me before, and we still win the game. If I know I'm going to die, but I can still set the team up to win, does it matter that the wolf keeps killing me? No. I made a play beforehand and our team capitalized off of it. So now it's like the wolf is wasting his time because he's so focused on me that our team is still getting value without me existing. All right, put all take your one character to put all your resources into me just to counter little old me, but the rest of my team is farming you. I'll take that. I'll take those odds.
It's also like we know, and it's also one of the things where like if we have a Groot and they have a Wolverine, we know the Wolverine is going to be tunneled on our group. All right, so how about we all just put a bit more focus into the Wolverine and find out where he is, locate him, and now we're gonna start like countering the Wolverine based on our group's positioning, and the group might appreciate that because now the second that he gets taken, we're on his ass. Like we're gonna make sure the group doesn't die by healing him. And if we have DPS, we're going to make sure We're gonna call out if he has his healing factor or not, and if he doesn't have his healing factor, oh, Wolf is gonna die, right? Like, so now we're pressuring the Wolverine. We're like, all right, I see you. You know, you want to gang up on our group. All right, we're gonna gang up on you.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
We could treat the situation more like that, you know, and just be more of like a family, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh, now you ain't gonna mess with our group like that, you know. You know, put up them claws, boy. You know?
Yo.
You know?
Nah, facts.
Like,
Like,
Yeah.
like a protect the president type of style. Like people
Exactly,
don't want to, you know, think outside the box though. They just look at the scoreboard and cry.
Yeah.
I'd argue for you guys with like the whole fighting game. Like you guys have much more experience in the fighting games. It's like now, okay, you went Wolverine for the group. There's no mind game to this. I know what you're trying to do every time. It almost like you're picking the counter. Is you making it easier for us because we know what you're gonna do.
Yes.
Does the team respond to it? That's a whole different story. But I'll end right there.
Yeah. IMO, if you can't play another role or character, you shouldn't swap because you're going to be even worse, even if you are the worst one there. Yes.
Fact, though. That's a fact.
Weirdo comment. I'm not even going to talk about this. Look, complains about, this is the person I was telling you about, Yang. That complains about toxic community, but responds with a toxic comment. Dude just wants to play the game, and you're telling him to get off and go to quick play. The devs have stated numerous times that the vision of the game is for people to play their favorite Marvel heroes. Yet in ranked, people get punished for it because everyone is so obsessed with ranks that are inflated and win percentage. And shit like this is why Rivals loses players because people get yelled at for doing less than perfect.
That's a fact, though.
Literally.
That's really a fact, though.
Literally. And then, like, this guy is so weird. And I have no problem calling you weird. The Freedom 2024. Shout out. Look, and then this person, hot take, wish this game didn't have swapping, which we said it multiple times. It would be better for everyone's mental health if you pick the character and we were locked in. Make the most of what you got. Literally what we were talking about. Bro made some comments about like, oh, I disliked your video, your comment, whatever. I don't see the downvotes on my end, and I still wouldn't know it was you specifically who did this. I think you need to hop off the internet for a bit. I pray that you follow this person's advice, and I think that's a perfect place to stop.
Yep.
This was great. Thank you, Zoby, for joining us, man. Trying to get you on the channel a little bit more. Any other, I guess, comments y'all want to talk about before we end here?
Man, we got some heat brewing up for y'all. We got some heat that's gonna break the Marvel Rivals community, depending on how you guys see it. Just be on the lookout.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. Just protect the president, man.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Protect your president.
Big facts. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Continue to comment. We're going to hopefully, you know, do more of this. Shout out to everybody that's been showing us love. Really appreciate y'all. And GG.
GG's.